What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Connecting the Dots with Karen Owens. Drew Cappuccino behind the scenes here. Listen, if you like what you see today, make sure you go to the old Google box on YouTube, 216 Creator Studios. Like, share, subscribe. Ding that bell for the future notifications. Always appreciating the support. Karen Owens, how have you been?
Great. How have you been? You look great. Oh, I was going to say you look great. You look great.
Oh, well, thanks. I don't know what to say now because that's great.
My gosh.
I've been working hard on it.
Okay.
It's been, old Cappuccino's got to get to the gym.
Cut.
After 50, it was like, okay, enough of the butter and the bacon. In the green room, we were all discussing.
Yeah.
And in culinary world, it was never good without the butter and the bacon. And as a chef, you have to taste your own food.
Of course.
Otherwise, consistency is key.
Yeah.
Well, you taste enough of that, and then you start going, but you never trust a skinny chef.
No.
I truly say that.
No.
But I've been working on it. I'm out there. I'm hustling, and I'm hitting that gym, and I'm doing what I can. And then in the mornings, I hate life because I wake up and I'm like, ow. But it's well worth it. For some reason, my kids want me to stick around. They don't want me to have that permanent vacation. So I'm like, okay, I got to work harder.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm working on it. I appreciate that you noticed. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
You look fantastic, by the way.
Thank you. Thank
you. The transformation, you gone through some spells here and there, work and different businesses and outreach, and life catches up to you.
It does.
And you were like, you know what, Drew, I'm going to go hit that job. I'm going to go do that. And guess what you did?
It's those 50s, man. It's those 50s.
It is.
I had, a couple of years, the 50s. And now, I just turned 56. And
Well, you're rocking it out, man.
Thanks.
Look at you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
You have to keep moving, right?
Karen Owens, the new model of 26. You know what I mean?
What?
You do our cameras justice. That's why I'm behind the camera. Listen, we got some great guests today here.
Yes.
Connecting the dots, always connecting with new people in the community, showing the world how other people help the world, even if it's one person at a time. Welcome to the show, guys. Why don't you go ahead and do an introduction?
Yes, I am so excited today. I have Jen. Do you go by Jen or Jen? Jen.
Yep.
And then Katie from Moms Not Forgotten, and just your organization, your nonprofit.
Yes,
correct. Is amazing. And again, I love to just show organizations like you, nonprofits in the community that people don't know about, because I didn't really know about it.
Right.
So, and we have mutual friends, and they were like, you need to know this person.
Aww.
And so can you tell us a little bit about your organization?
Sure.
Yeah.
You know what? Before you do that,
Yeah.
I want everybody out there in the world to see the box of Kleenex.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So just a slight trigger warning.
Okay.
This might trigger you guys out there, and if you feel free to go ahead. If you need to log off, we understand, but we want to show the world out there that what this organization actually does to help other people, and that box Kleenex might get used today.
It might,
according to one person.
Hopefully not. I do the ugly cry, so
do I.
we'll pause for you. Don't worry, it's all good. It's all good.
And I always do the it's like I'm not gonna cry. I mean, it's so hard hearing these stories of everything. So
there are.
But it's amazing and wonderful.
Thank you. Well, I honestly feel like it's when I started it, I honestly didn't know what I was doing. Really, quite honestly, I was like, okay, God, I feel like God was kind of prompting me to do something. We basically do we bless birth moms. So, and I'm just gonna describe what a birth mom is, because what I found out, a lot of people honestly don't even know what a birth mom is, believe it or not. Cappuccino, do you know what a birth mom is?
I'm going to assume a birth mom is a mother that actually gives birth.
Okay.
But maybe
further.
So maybe it doesn't keep the child.
Correct.
Was there was another word for that.
So they place their baby.
Correct.
Place their baby for adoption. Yeah. So just to take it to that point, because a lot of times people don't understand that that's really what a birth mom is. So ladies that have placed their babies for adoption. And so my story kind of goes way far back. I don't know how far you want me to go. But
take it far back. Take it far. Take it. We want it.
22.
All right.
When the next comes out.
Every
time.
Girl, this is your moment.
Oh,
Tell
gosh.
it to
Well,
people.
oh,
I mean, really.
We got you, girl.
Thank you. It crazy enough, it starts back in the 80s. Actually at 12 years old. So I was, and can I just ask, what am I looking at you or am I looking here?
You can look wherever
Look
you
wherever
want.
you
Yeah,
want.
it's-
Okay.
Whatever you want to do.
Look at
You
Karen.
guys too.
It's fine.
Look at all you.
Look
Okay.
at all of us.
So back in 1984, actually, I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. I was 12 years old. It was a rare, crazy situation. And so the doctors kind of didn't know what they were supposed to do with me. I ended up having a lot of chemo, lost both of my ovaries. So I basically lost the ability to have children at 12. Back then I was like, okay, what does this mean? You know, it didn't really hit me till later. Obviously it was, you know, a hard time being in the 7th grade and losing
my
my hair
gosh.
and having
Yikes.
cancer and
Yeah.
basically given a 50-50 chance to live. So the time, you know, like, okay, what's God going to do with us? But later in life, when it was time for me to have children, a little bit of a struggle. Thankfully, I married a husband that was, he wanted to have children and he found somebody that couldn't have children. So I was like, well, this is going to be a challenge. We were actually able to have our first miracle baby, Jacob, by in vitro. So I had an egg donor. It was an amazing situation. You know, obviously felt so blessed to have him. Then I had some complications in the pregnancy and the doctors basically said, you know, you're not going to be able to carry another baby. So really for 2 years, I kind of struggled with the Lord. I knew what he was asking of me. I knew he was kind of asking, you know, it's time to adopt. And I just didn't want to. I had all those fearful thoughts. I had, you know, what is this birth mom going to be like? I don't want to have somebody else in my life that I'm, you know, trying to figure out, just all those crazy thoughts that you have. And so for 2 years, like I said, I struggled kind of with the Lord, just, you know, knowing that he wanted me to adopt. Had this moment in church where I didn't hear like a verbal voice, but I felt like the Lord was saying, like, you need to get over this, time to adopt. So I came home, told my husband. He, of course, was thrilled because I was the one that was holding things back. He was ready, you know, at any time. So we went, you know, through the whole process of adoption. Finally got a phone call on a Monday. On a Tuesday, met the birth parents. They were 18 and 19 at the time, which is just crazy. It's like 1 year older than my oldest daughter. And then on Wednesday, Ava Elaine was born. So she was my second miracle. And I'll never forget, they asked us, the birth mom, again, who's 18, asks us to come in and cut the umbilical cord. And so we're like, oh my gosh, of course, you know, we'll come in. So we came in, cut the umbilical cord, and then they're like, you know, you can feed her. And so it's like this crazy feeling of, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. But here's this 18-year-old that literally just gave birth to, might I add, a 10-pound baby. She was 10 pounds. And I'm now feeding her baby, you know, in the same room. And so just excitement, but just feeling this, like, just sorrow for her and just loss and just all the things. So that kind of happened and things were amazing. That was Ava Elaine. We actually had them over, like, I think it was like 4 months later. The birth parents came over, had a great night, you know, enjoyed Ava. They got to see her and hang out with her. And then that next week, they actually called us. The birth dad called my husband and said, we're actually pregnant again, but we don't know if we can go through it this time. And they actually asked if we would help pay for an abortion. And we're like, actually, no, we're not going to be able to do that. But we would do anything to have this baby. We'll help you. We'll do whatever we can. And legally, you can't just give them money. You can't say, hey, here's a chunk of change, you know. So legally, you can't do that. So we just said, you know, we'll do whatever we can. So for 2 weeks, we kind of didn't know what their decision was going to be. We prayed and prayed, asked our friends for, you know, for prayer. And they finally came to us and said, we're going to, you know, keep the baby. And so actually the birth mom ended up working in our office. She was so just like embarrassed and just felt so, you know, bad that she was in this situation again. So she wanted to work, but she didn't want to go to her current, you know, job. So she worked in our office, which was kind of cool. I got to, you know, go to doctor's appointments with her. And so it was really sweet. So like I said, this is a long story. But
no,
That's
this
okay.
is important.
Going
This is
forward,
important.
great
I mean,
thank
really.
you. Thank you so much. So when the girls were babies, so Ava and Stella were 11 and a half months apart, basically. And so Ava, I remember she was literally not walking when Stella was born. So I had, these two babies. But at nighttime, I just would like wrench my hands. Like, how can I ever bless this girl? Like, what can I do to give back to her? Like, what do you possibly do? And
Okay.
yeah.
I was like, okay, that's
I already got the trim.
I
Yeah.
know. So just
Wow.
honestly, like at nighttime, I'm like, Lord, what can I do? Like, what can we do for this girl? And just kind of over time, I felt him saying like, there's nothing you can do for this girl, but you can bless other birth moms and you can honor all birth moms. And at the time, I didn't know kind of what that meant. The girls were still young. I wasn't able to do things. But over like when the kids were little, I would like give back to our adoption agency and that type of thing. So in 2019, I again felt the Lord saying, have this Mother's Day tea. Tell people we're going to honor birth moms and let's just see what happens.
it just
And I'm
like,
like,
did you
okay.
just pray on and
I
just,
did. I was
yeah.
like, all right, we're just going to see what happens here.
Mm.
Katie knows because she was invited and she was there. And I'm like, get a fun hat, a dress. We had it at Lake Geneva, the Maxwell Mansion. And I was like, you never know, like your passion and just like the things that
Yeah.
have impacted you, like, are they going to impact other people?
Right.
Like, I just didn't know. But it was a beautiful day. And I'm like, okay, that was great. We'll see what happens. And so now, fast forward into 2026, here we are. And each year it's kind of grown a little bit more. We've kind of fine-tuned it now to basically 3 things that we do for birth moms. The first thing we do, bags of hope. And so it's a bag that
I saw that. I was,
yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. And feel free to interject or ask
No,
questions.
no.
Like, if there's anything that
I'm
you're
just
like-
almost like the. It's like,
yeah. Well, stop. Feel free to stop.
no,
Me.
yeah.
But yeah, so we do that. We do the bags of hope, where it could be a woman that placed her baby 30 years ago to a woman that
Oh, wow.
placed, yesterday. And so those, like I said, get sent all over the U.S.
Wait, can I ask you about,
yes.
you work obviously with the hospitals, and do you work with hospitals? Who do you
So
work
hospitals, not as much, believe it or not.
Okay.
It's a pretty rare situation when we do get a phone call from
Yeah.
a hospital, but we have for sure
Okay.
gotten some phone calls from hospitals. It's more so from, adoption agencies
Okay.
or basically like through our website and through like our social
with? Mhm.
platform, like we get the birth moms kind of responding to us. And we also have another organization, Lifetime Adoption. They're a national adoption agency, and we send 10 bags per month to them.
Mm.
So then they, pass those out, to the birth moms. So yeah.
And you said even moms that have given their child up like 30 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, I have goosebumps with that because I
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
can't
because-
imagine that. And then,
Yes.
wow.
Because 30, 40, whatever,
Yeah.
50 years ago,
Yeah.
people didn't talk about it. They were sent,
Right.
away.
It wasn't acknowledged.
It wasn't
Right.
acknowledged.
Shame.
It was so
something
shameful.
Hidden.
Yes. I mean, I literally just had this woman so we have our posters out everywhere.
Yes.
And this woman reached out to me and she's like, oh my gosh, like I saw the word birth mom. And she's like, I was so shocked to see it because she's like, in my mind, it's like a shameful word. And she's like, I am a birth mom and I placed my baby, I think she said 30 plus years ago. And she said, I was sent away and it was hush hush and quiet. And, so it is cool how things
Wow.
have changed.
Yeah.
That people are talking about it. And that's honestly probably one of our biggest things too, is just, and Katie, feel free to interject, but I've always said, like, even if we don't raise any money, if we can just change that perspective or that narrative of these ladies,
Absolutely.
because
I love that.
yeah, because people don't talk about
Yeah.
birth moms,
No.
they don't talk about
Listen,
adoption.
Listen, I'm the only man here that
Yeah,
can,
that's okay.
I'm talking to you, so I can't relate.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
And I'll be the first one to be honest with you about that. Whereas men are like, wow, come on.
Yeah.
No, listen. First of all, being a strong woman that has to give something of nurture that you made
Right.
up is not an easy task, and
It's not.
it shouldn't be viewed as shameful.
Right.
Life happens,
Right.
and sometimes you're too young. Sometimes things in your life, it's just
Yeah.
not a fit.
Right.
but God doesn't want you to do bad things to that. So
Right. Right.
you know what? There's people that need it.
Yeah.
So you're basically fulfilling a need,
Mm.
and attaching the emotion to it. It can't be hard. It can't be easy. I'm sorry. It can't be easy doing a handover.
No.
And
gosh.
and so there's got to be a process,
Right.
right? And you've become the process.
Right.
Mm.
And you guys created a process for this.
Right.
And listen, folks out there, there is no shame to this. That's silly.
Right.
It's life,
Right.
and life can be raised by good people.
Right.
Babies are so innocent, right? They have no
Mhm.
bias. They have
Right,
no.
for sure.
So
Yeah.
there's people that can utilize that. Unfortunately, you know, some people can't have babies, but they want it.
Right. Right.
And then there's people who have too many babies and don't know what to do with them.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
so there is a mixed match scenario to where you can fulfill that.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
God bless you for even coming up with this idea.
Yeah.
I think it's brilliant.
Oh.
You guys have awesome hearts.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you.
And listen, before I have to walk out of here, because I do have to cook.
I know. I can tell you're like invested.
Right,
you want to know more. He's got to cook dinner.
that story, and you're not talking too much. Listen,
And this
that
is just the
story
beginning. of it.
it's such a
Find the
hook,
Kleenex.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
such a hook.
Yeah.
And, you know, I almost don't want to leave.
I know. I can tell.
There's so
Usually
much.
he's like, I'm going to just give you an intro. And then he's
Right,
like,
and then-
bye. And now he's like, I see.
Now I'm invested.
Sipping his
Thanks.
coffee.
Right.
And no, I
Right.
mean, that's,
Well, thank you.
I mean,
Great.
I didn't like, so, I mean, did you know this existed or were you
Organizations
familiar?
like this? No, but I know that there were, you know,
Okay.
you can go to back in the day, it was, hey, we can't have a baby, but I have a friend that will have our baby
Sure,
for
sure.
us.
Right.
For some reason, it blows my mind of what that term was. There was an actual term for that.
Right.
Something mother, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, besides birth mother.
Like
but-
surrogate.
Surrogate,
Surrogate. Thank you.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
That was going to drive me nuts all day.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, but there wasn't really an organization or anything to help guide it.
Right.
You know, it
Through
was
the process, like I can't imagine literally again having like you said, you're feeding her daughter and she
Right.
just gave birth.
Right.
Yeah.
And you guys, you're like celebrating these
Well,
birth
that's just it.
moms too,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Because I just kept thinking, like, it was all about our story, literally, like all about
Yeah.
our adoption story. And I kept thinking, well, what about that girl that
Right.
literally, like, not only did she empty her arms once, but she
Mm.
emptied her arms twice for me. And so, what about her? Why isn't anybody talking about her?
Right.
And anytime you do hear stories, just like kind of the narrative that I had in my head, it's negative, you know?
Yeah.
And
unsung hero.
yes,
Right.
for sure. And so that's what I feel. I feel like these ladies are heroes. We need to tell their
Mm.
stories.
Absolutely.
And it's just amazing. Like all the ladies that we've met, Katie, over the years, like I'm just blown away just by their strength and their
Mhm.
fortitude and their faith, being able to get through that. But what's been interesting to me is like, you think like, oh, maybe the pain goes away. And we had, a lady that's actually spoke to us twice, or spoke for us, Lindsay Pepin-Ofas. She was actually on Focus on the Family, and she wrote a book. And like when she talks about her story, you would have swore it was like yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's been like,
Yeah.
I think like 10.
I don't think
10
any real tragic
You
pain
can't-
like that
yeah.
goes away.
It
I
doesn't.
think
Yeah.
if anything, it becomes a little more comfortable because it's adapted into your personality
Right.
through time.
Right. Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
why it becomes a little easier until you
Yes.
have to bring it back up.
Bring it back up. Yeah. But I think the thing too that I've seen over years is like there is so much pain, but there's so much beauty in it. too.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like
Absolutely.
and again, when we were adopting, like people thought we were crazy that we're gonna have this open adoption. It's like, well, how does that work? How's it? I'm like,
Right.
I don't know how it's gonna work. We'll figure it out. But it's turned so beautiful, and you hear like all these stories too of just how like like Tressa Yarnell, who's a birth mom, who's in one of our videos. Like her and her adoptive mom are like
Good
best friends now.
Yes.
They're best friends. They
Wow.
get together all the time.
They celebrate the sun.
yeah.
Like to do things together.
yeah, that's
really important.
amazing.
Yeah. So there's so many cool stories of like where God took like this negativity, this hardship, and
Right.
just made it beautiful with like these relationships. And so we're just trying to show those,
Yeah.
share those stories, and yeah.
With
So-
one of the things, okay, so I know with you said what are the bags called again?
Okay, so there's bags of hope,
Yes.
expectant hope, and bundles of hope.
Okay,
Yeah.
and so you have a Bible, and so
Yep.
do you incorporate faith
We
into?
do.
I mean, because I
We do.
think that is clearly
We do. For
It's so
sure.
important.
Yeah. And so in this Bible, which is kind of cool just to personalize it, we have ladies that help us highlight the Bible. So like we'll come up with verses because I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when you open the Bible, you're like, oh,
Where do I start? Where do I start?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But sometimes when you open the Bible, it's like the verse you need to,
Yeah.
which is like,
yeah.
wow.
So we, right.
Yeah.
So they're highlighted and then we write like a little note in there. We have a postcard that's like a personalized note.
Yeah.
Pray over the bags.
Yeah.
Oh,
pray over the
wow.
bags.
Oh,
Heartfelt
so
moments of
It
just
is.
oh my
all these ladies
gosh.
putting hands on these bags after a party and praying for who's going to receive this.
Who's gonna receive
and that they
bag?
feel, one of our things is love, cherished, known. And that's what we really want for birth moms is for them to know that they're loved, know that they are cherished, know that they are known. And we try to do that in everything that we do.
I love that so much. Wait, and we have to introduce you.
Yes.
I know.
Katie.
I know. Katie. Okay.
Yes.
So what do you do at Mom's House?
So I am the treasurer.
Okay.
And I would say, I think our board is really unique. Every aspect of our board is touched by a birth mom.
Okay.
As Jen's story was telling, she has adopted.
Mm-hmm.
We have a board member who is trying to adopt and was trying to adopt. I personally am adopted. So I have my own story, which will be shared a little more at the tea with my precious mama. And then we have
so you have to come to the tea, everybody.
We'll talk
about the tea too.
Yeah, we have a birth mom
on
it. And then we have one of the other board members is intimately very close friends with every aspect of it. So I feel like we really work together as a board from all the different aspects of what this birth mom does and how amazing they are for doing what they do. I mean, my life would not be my life if I didn't have a birth mom story. So it's pretty amazing. So yeah, I'm the treasurer. I do the numbers.
She's good at it.
I mean, I feel like you do more than that. I feel like you do a lot more than
if
that.
It's a spreadsheet, I'm involved.
Okay. And how did you get involved? Did anybody ask?
Jen's son and my son are very close friends. So we kind of were going through this. And when she was starting up, she was like, hey, I'd love for you to be a part of this. And, I'll get teary, which is why the Kleenex is here. But I truly feel like I get the opportunity and the chance to honor my birth mom and the life that I get to live every single time. Every prayer, every bag, every bracelet, every shirt we fold. It's a way to honor the amazing life that I have. And this is why we have boxes of
I would get off this stool right now and have you, but
no, but it's hard not to get emotional about this because you're saving babies.
Yeah. Right. I have a niece that was adopted from China, but so I know they don't know the birth mom.
Right.
She was found in a field.
Oh,
so
wow.
so I got to be a part of that whole adoption process and just it's amazing. It's amazing. I got to be with I almost at one point thought the adoptive families from China were like, you need to adopt, because I was so involved. Like my daughter and her are my niece Chloe are the same age, and so it would just be I know we did all the holidays and stuff with them. I'm like, oh, mine is the blonde girl with pigtails, but like everybody. But it was just so amazing and so touching, and I just look at her, and again I think that just what my sister-in-law just did, my brother-in-law just going over there and looking at her, and she's like 26 now. But and then I have to, so this is like your swag, right? I'm looking at swag.
Well,
so cute. So cute. How did you come up with that?
Just so I think we're inspired by the love, cherished, known. So we always try to put stuff. We've got like hashtag MNF, which people always think it's Monday Night Football, but it's Mom's Not For
Or for me, Monday Night Finance.
Right. Oh yeah, Monday Night Finance. And we sell merch like this. We did this line like a pop-up shop kind of a thing. And then like at the tea, we'll have merch. That's kind of like this year's theme is legacy and lace. So like we kind of base it off of like we come up with a theme and then we come up with like a verse.
Okay.
And then we kind of design the merch based off of that. Yeah.
And you have, let's talk about the tea
Yeah,
a
sure,
little bit.
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you want to tell everybody when it is?
Yeah. So it is May 3rd,
Mhm.
2026 this year. It's like less than
Coming
20
really
days
fast.
away. I'm
Yes. Yes.
panicking just a
But we
little.
still have tickets
You're-
available.
We still have
Yes.
tickets available.
And
We-
Nico's so sweet. He's going to put the QR code
Oh,
up
thank
too. And
you.
then people
Yes.
can, oh, there we go.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
fantastic.
that's what that
Thank
is.
you. This is magical.
He's magic.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Nico. So it's at the Providence Vineyard. I don't know if you guys have been there, but it is
So cute.
Where's that?
stunning. It's beautiful. It's
Hebron?
in Hebron.
Okay.
Cutest
Beautiful.
venue.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Okay.
And if I could just put like a little like thank you for them. They
Yeah.
literally, so I remember the first time we went there, tiny little story. First time I went there to go check them out, I saw them online and I was like, oh my gosh, like we can't afford to go here.
Mm.
But we'll go see it. We'll just go visit.
We'll
So
dream
we
a little.
We'll dream a little. So I go and I don't know what I was thinking that day, but I literally like looked like a homeless woman. I had on like t-shirt and shorts and I'm
Probably
talking
straight from the barn.
probably straight from the bar. And I'm talking to the lady and I'm like, just so you know, like we probably can't afford this, thank you. I appreciate it. And she's like, well, are you guys like a Christian organization? And I'm like, oh, well, how did you know that? And she's like, well, your t-shirt. I'm like, oh yeah, my t-shirt. Long story short, they like, I don't know if it was cut in half,
Wow.
I think she said, well, what
Honor,
can
whatever.
you afford?
Yeah.
And you said, well, this is what it cost us last year for the venue.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was then she said, we will match that.
Yes. So not that I'm saying
Wow.
that they will do that for obviously somebody else, but
Right.
we're so thankful and grateful because it is such a beautiful place, Providence Vineyard, and they've been so sweet and kind to us. And so yeah, so it's always around Mother's Day. So we're there to, celebrate Mother's Day. So bring your mom, your sister, your cousin, your
And
friends.
you have the birth moms speak
We
as
do.
well.
So we have birth moms there that
Okay.
we're, also honoring.
Wow.
We have stories. So we'll have the lady that's on our board, Chantel Crable. She'll be speaking. So she's a birth mom and she was adopted. And then this year we normally have like a speaker. This year we decided to do a video. So we're going to show this year's theme is legacy and lace.
Mm.
So we're trying to show like the legacy of adoption and just like those stories. The people that are here because of, the legacy that was left by adoption. And so, the video, which Katie's going to be in.
Oh, you're awesome. I already love it.
Yeah. So again, as Katie said, anybody's invited. You can bring wear a hat, a dress.
Like a fun, like a derby
fun-
hat.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I
yeah.
saw some of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but also don't be like intimidated by that. Like I always think like, I also don't want people to feel like I don't have like a fancy
Somebody
hat.
came in a gardening hat and gardening
like
gloves
it's
one year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Just to
So
Yeah. Whatever, however you're
and-
there and you're supporting
Yes.
and
And we actually have a ton of hats. If anybody wants to go and they need to borrow a hat, we have some hats.
And we have a hat contest.
We do have a hat
For
contest.
we
Yes.
go around and kind of vote. You kind
Yeah.
of see, and sometimes
Yes.
it's simple as, ooh, the lady with the horse on her hat.
Yes.
For the Derby one, somebody had a horse.
Yep.
Somebody did a garden. Somebody did,
Yeah.
It's
people
amazing
get
what people
very,
come up with.
very,
Yes.
so creative.
creative
Super
with
Yeah.
cute. Yeah.
How many people does that hold right now? Like, do you have a lot of tickets sold?
So it like normally we have like 175 ladies. That
Yeah.
come.
I think we can go up to maybe 200.
Maybe 200.
I mean, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So we'll see. We'll see what we.
Okay.
I don't want it to get too big,
Right.
but
Yeah.
so
I'd
I
like
think
to
we
keep
try to
that.
stay around like 175. So we're getting there. We are still looking for a couple sponsors. So if anybody
Yes.
out there,
So that's what I was
What's the
going to ask. So
sponsor?
where
Yeah.
you're a nonprofit.
Yes.
So do you have a lot of donors? Like, how does that?
we do
Work.
We
Okay.
do have donors. Obviously we'd love more.
Right.
Because so each bag basically costs us $85 per bag. So
Okay.
they're not cheap. So
Right.
and it's everything that we do is funded by our
Yes.
donors. None of us are paid. Like it's all
I'll
we're
volunteer.
still very small and all volunteer basis. So yeah, so everything is funded through the sponsorships and you can even like if you're not able to come to the tea, there's a place on our website that you can donate a bag. Like if you're like, hey, I'd love to send a bag to a birth mom, you can find that on our website as well. So yeah,
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you said you need a couple more sponsors, right?
we do. We would
Okay.
love a couple more.
I think, can you open that?
yeah,
Because I
yeah.
saw like the
Yes.
sponsor
Sponsors are
list.
real.
I think in here, because actually Margot. I'm gonna give Margot. Hi, Margot.
Yeah. Hey,
Shout out.
Margot. Margot's
We miss
amazing.
you.
Margot,
She's
like,
so amazing. That's
oh
how
my
I
gosh.
know about
She's
this. Amazing.
amazing.
Yeah.
Like, she's
yeah.
helped so much with like
Yeah.
all of our sponsorship
Yeah.
individuals. There's actually a link. I probably should have shared a link with you guys, but if you do go on our website, you'll
Yeah.
be able to find there's a sponsorship area. So yeah.
Which ones are you kind of looking at? Do you want to like
So,
throw some out there?
I mean, we would take a gold package,
Yeah.
silver, bronze.
You'll take anything.
We'll take anything.
Yeah.
What's cool is there is a birth mom sponsorship, which is really cool because we do. So the ladies that come, obviously we don't make them pay to come to the tea.
Mhm.
So there's that, which is really cool. I think we have one more hat sponsor that we could
I
take,
think there's one room for one more hat sponsor.
which is really cool because we announce your name. It's kind
So
of a big
fun.
deal,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
if you're
So we have
sponsored
a first
contest.
place and a runner-up. So we get
Yes,
two,
we get
two
two
winners.
sponsorships.
So this
Yeah.
is May 3rd, right?
It's May
Yeah.
3rd.
Okay.
Yep, at 2 p.m. It's like a typical high tea. So there's
Yeah.
actual tea, fun little teacups.
Awesome, amazing.
Amazing
We got
food.
to
Yes,
taste
we got
the,
to sample
the
all the
caterer. Ooh,
Yeah.
very
Yes.
excited.
You're gonna have to
Cappuccino's
tell
up here about the foodie stuff, but yum.
Just wanted to say, if they
Yeah.
scan that QR code real quick, it will take them directly to the sponsorship section
that's
on
so
your
good.
website,
Oh,
and
perfect.
So
that
good.
direct link will also be in the description below.
Oh, awesome.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh, you're so good.
Mhm.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, he's
Thank you. Yeah.
a couple things.
Yes.
Sorry, I wrote down some questions. So like if there is a birth mom listening right now,
Yeah.
what would you say to her?
Oh,
like,
my.
Oh, gollies.
You are brave.
Right. You're so
Mm.
brave.
You are loved. You are cherished. You are known. At our table, you are an honored treasure.
Mhm. For sure. And we see you, and the Lord sees you and knows the hardship that you've been through and gone through. And we would love to, honor you, send you a bag of hope. So, if you are interested in one of our bags, again, on our website, there's an area for birth moms and you can fill it out. It's,
mm,
anonymous. It's not like we're going to put your name out.
Right.
there.
Yeah.
Right.
And that bag will get sent to you.
mm.
But yes, we want you to know that you're seen by us,
Absolutely.
and we want to hear your story.
One of our new kind of initiatives we've done as a board is for these birth moms that we kind of have collected the names and stories of and sent bags through over the years. We now, each board member gets a name and we pray over
I
and
love
pray
that.
for them
Yeah.
even years later, and send them just a little postcard, nothing too,
Mm,
informational, but just we were praying for you.
Mm.
We prayed for you specifically today, which I think is just a neat way, just as a reminder, a year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, just to be able to get that, like, I'm still being prayed for. I'm
Yes.
still being
Yes.
loved,
yeah, it's
cherished,
being
and
thought
known,
about, and yeah.
and in the bags, one of the things that I thought we should highlight is also Jen has had these necklaces made, and they have a little heart with a heartbeat, and that is to represent the heartbeat that you saved by going through this process and going through the adoption process, and that you've saved a heart, so that we have those as part of the bags of hope.
That's so beautiful.
That's so sweet.
It's
Yeah, that's
very-
really sweet.
And everything is very intentional. Like
Sure,
everything
it
that
sounds
Jen
like
has
it,
put
yeah.
together is very intentional and thought out, and it's a great program.
Are you able to, I mean, obviously I know not seeing it, but like share maybe like one of your birth stories?
So, like a
The
lady
birth
that,
night, yeah.
that received a bag, possibly.
Yeah.
Or, trying to think. I just know I'll be honest, we don't get a lot of responses because I think some of them, we've had ladies that have said, it's too painful to come to your tea, which
Right.
I understand, so some ladies have said, I can't come, but thank you, for
Yeah.
recognizing me.
Yeah.
We recently just had somebody say, thank you so much for our postcard. That just touched me so much. And I'm
Just
trying to-
even being thought about.
just being
right?
thought about,
Yeah.
just like that simple, like, oh my gosh, somebody actually said thank you and somebody honored me, because again, they kind of don't. Like, it's kind of like, it's about the adoptive,
Right.
it's about the
Mhm.
adoption story. I'm trying to think of any stories.
That's okay. Maybe we'll think. I'm going to go back to the bags
Yeah.
really quick. So,
Yes.
obviously with the moms, like how is their response with those when they get that?
I think hopefully amazing. Again,
Yeah.
we don't get to see it because they
Okay.
get mailed to them.
Because they get, yeah.
Yeah, I've been able to drop off a couple things to a hospital. Like we do the bundles of hope.
Right.
And
That's where you give those, like, how many bags?
yeah, so
to
those
them?
are those are called bundles of hope. And
Okay.
it's kind of a new initiative to us. It's where we drop them off at hospitals. And so like if a hospital knows, and a lot of times they don't know. Thankfully this hospital knew that they were going to have a lady coming in, and it was like just the thought of dropping it off. I was like, oh my gosh, this girl, like just thinking about what she was in the
Just
middle of
thinking
and just
going
getting this little
through.
package. So it's
Oh
just a
my
little
gosh, I
package that
can't
just
even
has like
imagine.
these cute little socks and this little tiny heart. And
Mm.
we put like a Starbucks gift card, and we say like, if you want a bag of hope, you
Right.
know, later.
But we have had some instances where somebody has come to us and said, like, I would like to get a bag and deliver it to
yes.
my birth mom. Was that?
Oh,
Trisha?
wow.
Yes.
Did
I
she
think-
give one? And then
yes.
some are saying, like, my neighbor is,
Right.
and they were really, touched. But again, we don't normally get the
We don't-
Okay.
direct
The
impact
direct.
Don't-
Okay.
being-
I got
Yes.
you.
We
them
don't.
being received, because it's still a very private kind
Sure.
of
It
thing
is. Yeah.
for people. So, but we pray that they're enjoying it,
Impacted.
and even if it's just planting a little seed
Right.
of them, they're
Right.
going through a lot, so that might be just overwhelming. But
Oh gosh.
hopefully that bag stays with them, that
Yeah.
Bible, that inscribed Bible stays with them, and
Mm.
they can just know
Just know they're loved
Yeah.
and cherished
and known.
and known and known and known and
It keeps
known.
coming back to
Yeah.
that.
Go
Not to
ahead.
interrupt you, but
No,
it made me think of
please.
when you said somebody's name, we had 3 years ago at the T, we had the coolest thing happen. So a lady that's kind of helped us through the years, she's adopted. She actually
Yes.
met her birth mom because of our tea. So like
Yeah.
she had never met her birth mom before. And she said, hey, would you come to this tea? So literally met her birth mom the day before and then came to our tea the next day. We have video of it. It was like the most amazing moment, just knowing that they just met. And then now they come to the teas together
Yep.
now, which is so cool. And like even her sister, and just amazing.
Wow.
You
Wow.
know, it's just cool.
Wow. With community. So like obviously community is huge, right? Like that's why you guys are here. So
Yes.
we can all know about you.
Yes.
Do you need volunteers and stuff? Like how, if people want to get involved, obviously go to your website and all the
Right.
things. And,
All the things.
but do you typically need a lot of volunteers for events and
Doing things like we do some backpacking.
Yeah.
And so those groups, sometimes we have small groups or
Mhm.
church groups, and they'll do them, which is wonderful. But then sometimes, we still have with Lifetime 10 bags a month, and so we don't always pack 10 bags
sure.
maybe at a party. And so helping get those Bibles highlighted,
Mhm.
writing the notes in there, writing the notes to the, birth moms, wrapping the things that we do. We have Expectant Hope, which is a chapstick attached to a card. So we have to attach that gets hot glued to a card with a little jewel on it. And that card then has a QR code that connects to Tressa's birth mom story. And she
Mm.
talks about her experience and all of that. And it's just a way to connect there. So those need to be made,
together.
things like that.
And then is this out of your home? Like
So
what
we
do
kind
you
of- Yeah. So we don't have like a facility.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So everything we do, like we're getting ready to have a craft night. It's gonna be at Katie's house. I'm not gonna give the address. Don't worry. No worries. You won't have all these people showing up.
Well, I mean, if you show up, bring a Starbucks.
I was
That's right, yeah,
or
yeah.
bring a
You bring
pizza, bring a
Starbucks, right?
snack,
Yeah.
something.
Bring
Yeah,
some
yeah,
sauce.
yeah, yeah,
Well, to
yeah.
answer your question
Yeah.
regarding like volunteers, we're always looking for volunteers.
Yeah.
Even like the day of the tea,
Yep.
we're looking for help. Because obviously it takes a
Sure.
lot to put together. a
Sure.
facility.
Yeah.
Because we do all the decorating.
We do all the decorating.
We do all the craft to
flowers.
get things done
Yeah.
up to it,
We have an amazing florist, Michelle Davison, who volunteers her time, helps us
Mm.
like put together all these flowers. We put them all together, and it's just amazing. Like I'm blown away by our board and just how giving everybody is and wanting to be a part of it. It just
That's
Very blessed.
amazing.
so
Yeah.
community, yes, like
Yeah.
we love community. We're so appreciative of just everybody that supported us through all the years. It's humbling. It's really,
Absolutely.
I mean,
really
I just
humbling.
feel like what you do, again, like I'm new to this. Like I feel
Yeah.
so blessed that you
Aw.
guys know really that just knowing about this, there's always like somebody who knows somebody, right?
Right.
Like where
Right.
it's like, oh my gosh, and just connecting you with, even again, if it's a birth mom knowing or
Right.
support
Yeah.
to donate or, you know,
Right.
whatever you need.
And even just knowing what we are and who
Yeah.
we are.
Yeah.
Because you never know whose daughter or
Yeah.
friend
Sure.
or somebody might be in a situation in the future and
I was
think,
gonna say
I have
future.
no choices.
Ugh.
I have no options. I don't know what to do. I'm
Right.
stuck. I'm lonely. And we want to be that community for them
Yes.
of like, hey, let us get you connected with birth moms.
Right,
Let
right.
us support you
Right.
in a way we can. Let us tell you
Yeah.
about the adoption. You know, there are options.
Yeah.
There's lots of options, and we'd love to be, you know, in any way, if it's just one person that we kind of
Yeah.
connect with and help make
Yeah.
that decision,
Mm.
or that's
I
just,
love that.
that would be amazing.
Do you work with other, I know you said churches, right?
Yeah.
Too. And then do you work with other nonprofits? Like,
So
do
like
you
we work with like pregnancy resource centers, and that's
Okay.
where the expectant hope packets go to.
Go
So
there.
we'll-
Okay.
we drop those off. Churches, there's like Harvest Bible Church
Mhm.
in Crystal Lake
Mhm.
has us every year, and they pack bags with us.
okay.
Village of Barrington, they just had a backpacking party with us. So yes, we
And is
definitely-
that in need? Like if churches wanted to reach out, like
Yeah.
places want to reach out to you
100%,
to
Yeah.
okay.
yeah.
And could it be anything like businesses, you know, like
Yeah.
help if there was
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking now I'm like, my
Yeah,
wheels
yeah,
are
yeah.
spinning. I'm like,
Yeah.
who can I get to
Right.
do this?
It is.
I mean-
it's a fun night.
Right.
You know, like it takes maybe 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know, people can bring a bottle of wine, some appetizers. I know friends
Yeah.
can do it, or, you know, like a small group. It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
like a huge group. Like we've had anywhere from 5 people to, you know, probably 60 people that
Yeah.
have packed bags. So it can
Well,
be,
and because of one of our backpacking parties, we met
yeah.
a woman, and her story is the whole reason our theme is legacy and faith. Like
Yeah.
her story brought
Mhm.
about this whole of what does this family tree look like, or what does this legacy line look like? You know, that legacy line could have been completely just stopped
Yeah.
at that moment, but look at all this. And, you know, she had kids and her kids, and just to see how that kind of flows and just turns into, there's this legacy just because you made that brave choice.
Right.
Look how far that legacy line can go.
Right.
And so because of her and that backpacking party, we just were like, oh my goodness, the
Here we
vision
go.
of what we can do. We're going to do things a little differently, because it's always been just the birth mom story. And although this is the birth mom story, we think that this is the extended version of the birth mom story.
Mhm.
Yes, it's the birth mom story, but because of that story, look at where this goes. Look at where this takes us. Like, there's so much growth from it.
I mean, it's so amazing. It's just,
That's been fun.
yeah, it's amazing. And then let's see, what are your hopes for the future for Moms Not Forgot? I mean, I'm sure there's many. Do you go ahead?
Where's Christy?
Right, yeah.
She's so
Christy,
good
yeah.
at writing down our
Our
goals.
Your
Yeah.
goals,
theme
okay.
things,
She's our VP.
Yes.
She's amazing. She's
She
always
is so good.
keeping track of our goals and what we've
Yeah.
Thank you,
attained.
Christy.
Christy.
Give all the shout outs to
Right.
everybody.
I love you
Yeah,
and all
yeah.
you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to go over goals, but I just think just continuing on this messaging of adoption, because it honestly is not talked about.
Mhm.
One thing that I feel like I'm trying to figure out is we're noticing that like pregnancy resource centers don't talk about adoption as much. It's and so that's why we do the expectant hope packet. So like I would love somehow to like, how do we talk about adoption more? How do we
Right.
get that out there? How do, you know, we know what the other choice is.
Mhm.
And it's like, how do we get people talking about adoption more? How do we get these stories out? So for me, I would love to just continue that on, continue, you know, our videos, continuing the bags of hope, and just flooding the market about birth
Right.
moms and adoption, and just even the, you know, my daughters now, Ava and Stella, are 16 and 17.
Mhm.
And just the difference that I saw when we adopted, you know, I remember going to the office and there was a ton of, you know, people in the office. To a few years back, I went to go deliver some bags of hope to that adoption agency, and there was one person in there.
Mm.
And so it just showed me like, there's not as many adoptions anymore, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's like, how do we help that, you know? So I just think if we can continue helping, you know, the message
Yes,
of adoption
and people
birth
just
moms
sharing like like this, sharing stories. And, yeah.
and,
Because like you said, you just never know, right? It
You
could be
never know.
even down the road,
Mhm,
somebody
you
that
don't.
has.
and I even think about the kids that
Were
we've
you
been picking-
delivering posters or something one day and didn't somebody be like, oh, what is birth mom? Oh, I was a birth mom, or
Yeah,
I'm
so-
adopted. There was something
Yeah. So
fairly
last year,
recently, right?
yeah. So last year when we put up our posters in downtown Crystal Lake,
Mhm.
and this gal was like, "I'm a birth mom." And we're like, "What?" So just stuff like that is just so cool. So yeah. So thank you for answering.
Oh my
asking that
gosh,
question, but
no,
yeah,
I just
continue on
again
that.
and again, just again, like, faith, like God just is continuing like blessing you on
does.
this.
He does, and
I mean, and again, just people, I don't know, just
Yeah.
him bringing everybody
yeah,
in and helping you and spreading the word.
yeah,
And
we're just super thankful and
Yeah.
grateful and
yeah,
humbled. All the
I know.
above.
And I feel like we're like noticing we have so many connections
We
where
do,
we're
which
like,
is so
wait, we know
crazy.
her
We
from,
know
yeah.
her. Yeah, that's
So
crazy.
which is amazing. So we just have a couple of minutes left. Do you guys want to share anything else? I know we talked about Mother's Day, the Mother's Day tea, and Nico's going to put where everybody can find you.
Thank you
and
so much.
Yes. Oh, you know what? Do you have men help as well? Like, are men involved too, or how do you?
I mean, like we've had students.
Yeah.
So when you brought up like you never know, like the seeds that were planted, like students sometimes, like so,
Oh yeah,
boys. I know like my husband and my son.
my
Your
son
has
has helped. My husband has
like
helped
setting
here
up
and
for the
there.
tea, so stuff like that. But on a day-to-day basis, not as much.
Okay,
But
okay.
I mean, hey,
Yeah.
we'll-
But guys out there, you can help. Well,
Yes.
Drew seems so interested too, too, like, so, and he has such a big heart. But no, thank you, ladies, so
oh my
much.
gosh, thank you for
This was
having us.
amazing.
This was an
Yeah.
honor.
I had
It was an
had
honor.
notes, and Nico was like, "You're not even going to need them," and I always get so nervous.
You
But no,
never
you
do.
made it just
Aw.
wait. Like we probably could keep on going.
We
and
probably
stuff.
could.
So
We
I
probably
know.
could.
But thank you, girls, so much.
Oh my gosh.
women,
Well, thanks
ladies.
for having us.
Yeah.
And it was an honor to be here and
Absolutely.
super excited.
Don't forget to wait, what do I say?
Like, share, and subscribe.
Subscribe.
Yes.
That's-
Please, please, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Oh, God
Thank
bless
you.
you.
I'm so
Thank
fun.
you.
You too.
Yeah. Thank you.
so much.
That was so good, right? It went